bad hair day or not, I'm going to sharpen these 3 shears, and 2 are going to be successes, and 1's going to be like a meh. Watch me. Misty, what are these?
Oh my goodness. I knew you were going to ask me that. So he called and told me he was going to send these in, and he described each one to me, which they're totally what he described. A gold one, a silver, and a colored one.
These are coming from a sharpener.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
I remember that I'm 90% sure. The gold one was dropped.
That's a Kenchi.
Yep. So he said that one was dropped. I think he said he's having problems with all of them. The silver one, I can't remember what it was. But he mentioned that one. I think he just said that one's just a normal thing. I don't know. And then the colored one.
Oh.
He told me something about that one as well.
Oh, that feels awful. But
he told me, but there's nothing in there, is there?
So I suppose I'm supposed to try to fix them and videotape them.
He also called Jay and asked Jay's opinion. So maybe Jay knows what they were. But
they're dog grooming scissors, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, obviously so.
Here comes Jay.
I'm having a bad hair day. I really didn't want to shoot a video. Jay's coming in the door. Let's ask him. See
because
if he knows.
maybe he remembers. Because he did call and get an advice from Jay on how to or what to do something with these to fix them. And maybe Jay remembered. Jay, we have a question for you.
Jay.
What?
Okay, I can't say his name because Mom's recording a video.
Don't tell him that.
Crew's not feeling good,
Crew's
huh?
here?
Is it recording right now?
Yes, it's recording right now. Crew, we're recording, so don't talk, okay?
You can wait.
You can
What's the story on these
Okay,
shears?
so the guy called you,
Called me?
yes, and talked to you about these thinners, and
Oh, okay.
This person.
Yeah.
so, yeah.
Yeah.
Do
So,
you
what's
remember?
the
I
story
remember the
about
gold
these?
one was dropped. Do you remember
He
the?
didn't tell me if they were dropped or not, but he told me that he had an issue with like the tip of them and they were pulling.
Pulling or folding?
He said pulling,
Pulling, okay.
and he couldn't get them right. And I told him to change the angle on them. Well, and then he didn't tell me that they were colored. He was like they were convex, which obviously these can't be convex with the color.
Yeah.
So.
And this one might be pulling just because you see how close the teeth are coming to the
Yeah.
thing. It can be pinching.
Yeah.
But that one just feels awful. Okay.
I
All right.
remember
Well,
what
I'll
he
go
told
work
me
on
about
it.
the gold one.
I'll go work on them. We'll take a look at it and we'll see what I can do to fix it. I'm not some sort of genius miracle worker on shears. and some shears let's look see what we're doing. So I'm going to test them. When you're testing grooming shears, thinners, sometimes it's good to have this kind of fuzzy stuff. And let's see what we got that we're starting with. This is a Guide Butter Cut. It says Monster. One of the problems I see with this, like right off the bat, is when you close it, it closes too much over. And so it could really pinch the hair. It also feels awful. I don't think that's the problem. Take a look at it and see what I see. Now, I just recently shot a video where I was doing some thinning shears, and they had a problem with the teeth having a burr on them. And when I run my nail here, I'm feeling a burr on the outside. So I'm hoping whatever's making this feel so tight, maybe loosen it up. I'm hoping if I can remove that outside burr, because I don't feel, well, I do feel one right here. I feel a little outside burr there. Maybe if I can take off that burr, see it crosses over so much, so if I can bend the handle so it doesn't cross over as much, and that might be a simple fix. Let's hope it is. Bending the handles, I want to bend that in a little bit. So it's like an arrow. I'm bend it in a little bit so it just barely crosses at the tip. That may help, and then we'll go over and sharpen it again. Keep it simple. Man, that's tight feeling. I don't like the way that feels. Let me loosen it up. Oh. It's either all or nothing, isn't it? I'm going to try this really simple on fixing it. Let's try this. These are diamond paddles. We sell these. And I'm going to try and I'm going toward the edge by hand. And I've pushed that burr off the outside. I feel a burr on the inside. I might use my ceramic stone for that. And this is my arc hone. Okay, that burr's gone off that tooth. And I'm feeling with my nail, I know that's hard for some of you to do that if you don't have nails, but I'm following the angle of these teeth. And this is something the people that are home sharpeners, you know, no equipment like my Mag over here, that they could maybe do to make their shears work again. Okay. All right, I think I've got all the outside burr. No, I'm still feeling some outside burr there. You know what? This is how I started out sharpening. No machine, just little hand files and tools. And it limited me because if there was something that had some major problems or deep nicks, I mean, I was stuck. So I'm pulling off any burr I feel on the inside. Now let's see if these cut any better. Who knows? Nope. Nope. Well, they cut back here maybe, but they're definitely flipping. So that's number one. No easy fix. Purple. We'll go to gold. Aren't these LSU colors? I don't know. What's going on with this one? Oh, it's nothing. Nothing. And this is a Kenchi. Feels sharp. This has got to be more than just the teeth not meeting, not having a burr. Well, I'm puzzled on that one. That one's got me baffled. And I'm feeling for any outside burr. I feel a little bit of an outside burr, but let's see what we've got first of all. Nothing's really cutting there. So I'm just going to go through and do my basic sharpening. And just see what happens. I'm not seeing anything that jumps out. Oh, this is what's wrong. So I'm just going to sharpen them and then we'll go from there. Yeah, I might zip through some of this. So enjoy. I'll play some music and we'll move it through fast. Go first. Go first. I'll do that. Let's do that first. With this roof. See what's on here. I'm just washing that side. Okay, I'm just washing here. I'm not washing. So right here. There's that one. Okay, they were put together right, so that's not the problem. Let's see what happens to the ride line here. This is a 2000 grit. Let's see if it looks like a line issue. No, the line looks pretty good. I don't put my shears on an alignment bar to check the alignment. I just make sure my stone's flat, work the rod line, and that tells me if I'm working, if I've got an alignment issue. It's a little bit back here, like it's a little high. So I might work this corner and then blend it all the way through. And so I've got a rod line all the way down. I'm going to use a fairly coarse grit. Let's see what I've got. What's this one? 1200. No, I don't want that one. There's a 400. That looks good. Where's my light? You can't have too much light. We sell these lights, and if you've got a steel-bodied machine like ours, it'll just stick to the side. If you don't, whoa! If your body's aluminum or plastic, we have little adapters to make it stay over here. But I like my light kind of a little bit low, and I'm going to do a scratch test, see what the angle is on here. I may go to something different than the angle that's on there, but let's try. So I'm set at 40 already. Yeah, it's much blunter than 40. I thought it would be. Let's go down to a 30. And don't assume the teeth will be the same as the straight blade. 30 looks pretty good. It might have been a 35, but I'm going to go with a 30. And you can spray a little water on here if you like. I'm going at a pretty fast speed, like 60%. And you sharpen this like a bevel. You don't want to roll it or you'll take the color off. If I burr all the way down that quick, I'm stopping. I'm not going to anything finer. I might go back to my stone. Remove my burr. And I've probably pushed a little burr to the outside. I can, if I want to, go back to my clamp, go super slow. And that way, if I had any outside burr, it's gone. And I think that should feel pretty good. I still feel some burr on the inside, but okay. Let's do a scratch test on this one. Yeah, it's far blunter than that 30 degrees. I'm going to drop this down to about 10. Yeah, 10. Because the cutting is done with the straight blade, not with the teeth. Or the comb. Some people call this side the comb. But they've been doing a lot of clipper blades. Oh, that's too blunt. All right, let's pop it up to 15. I think 15 is going to do it. Yeah, let's go with 15. No, I don't have the burr, but the red is gone. Want a little bit more. don't have it at the tip. Okay, I have a burr all the way down. I'm going to turn this down really super slow. This might be a little new to some of you, and I haven't always done this, but sometimes this takes a little bit of that burr if you've pushed it back to the outside from going to your stone over here. All right, so that quick, hopefully they're working. We'll see. Miracles do happen. Always assume that you can do your normal sharpening when you get the phone and it'll fix it. And then it doesn't, and you call later. I am Joe. I'm this person. I can usually be attentive in most circumstances. I take a lot of shots, but be attentive in most circumstances. And actually, you know what? I'm that also. I'm also trying to look at the all right, we're going to see. So let's go back here and see. It's right there, home. It's a positive. It's a wash on one side. Yes, no, watch off. Got it. It's how you do this on the table. It's right there, home. That's one side of the washers. Okay, good. Now I'll put it next in there. Never mind. The washer goes here. I really like the screw because it doesn't have anything. The whole just screws in. And it's no clear plate. It's a this is the guy monster shirt. All right, now my first cut, I do it on perm paper. Oh, that cut that perm paper nice. Oh, please cut hair. Little bit of pull, but we're going to stay with that. So these are fixed, and they're affixed doing just normal sharpening, but I left it a 400 grit, and I made sure all my burrs were gone. Yay! On to number 2. That's the purple ones. Let's hope these are as easy. Gold. Maybe the same issue. So I'm going to do the rod line. Clean them up. And I followed the angle he did them at pretty much. I'm not sure exactly what I did different than the way he's probably did it. I don't have any magic. So I'm not going to color this in. It's too hard to get that red Sharpie off of there, or the red marker, edge marker off of there. I color it in. Wet my stone. Nice rod line, so they're not out of alignment. Oh, let's go ahead and, whenever you take it apart, you go ahead and you work this one. Why not? And sometimes it's good to, if I can find my little brush. Sometimes when you work the rod line on this one, it's good to brush it. So here's my little brush, little stiff brush. You know, because I might have pulled a burr up somewhere in between there. So I've brushed off any burrs, cleaned them up a little bit. So brush might be a good tip for if you're doing thinning shears. So I'm not going to do a scratch test. I'm just going to assume this is the angle. Oh, no. This is the angle for the teeth on the other one. I got to change the angle. What did I do it at? Do you remember? 30? I guess I will do a scratch test to make sure. I think I sharpened it at 30. This is a Kenchi. We actually did a little interview with the owner of Kenchi on one of my previous videos. Now see, it looks like 30 he's got a sharper edge than a 30. So it looks like this is done at a 35. Let's go ahead and bring it up to 35. These are probably a little better shears. Kenchi's usually are pretty good shears. Are these, this is the Rose. They usually go by how many stars or something. I'll look it up and see how much these are. Just says their website there. Fast, going to go back faster. That quick. I got a burr. Back to my stone. Yeah, got it. And I'm going to go back. So I shouldn't feel any burr on the outside, and I don't. And I feel a teeny tiny burr on the inside. I'm going to just kind of pop it once more. So, let's see. I think I say so too much. Maybe I need to come up with some other word. Snip or snap. Put a little oil on it before I put them back together. I'm optimistic, but I find it hard to believe I'm going to be that lucky on this pair of shears. Okay. Not cutting at the tip. Do I have them adjusted right? I think so, but I'll do them one click tighter. Sometimes it won't cut this, but it'll cut hair. I'm not optimistic. It is folding. I'm just going to go through this in case there's a burr left behind on the outside. Let me think about it. Let me think about it. Do I want to go sharper? Do I want to go blunter? Is there something wrong with the teeth? They didn't look like they were out of alignment. The back cuts up to here. Let me go blunter. Who knows? Who knows? I'll bring it down to 30. I'm gonna go with coarser yet. This is my 3M. So I've developed quite a strong burr. I don't want to mess up my teeth. So I'm going to grab my ceramic stone, or my arc hone will work too, the flat side. And gently I'm kind of knocking this inside burr off. Cuts further down. That might be the key. Cuts better. It's not there yet. You see that? But it cuts further down than it did. Let's see how it does on just regular hair. Sometimes all you can do is get them better. Let's see. Pulls here. It can't cross over less. Well, it looks like I'm on the right track. Feeling a little burr on the inside here. Let's see. Looks like that blade could be bent just a tad in. Just a little bit. These could be cast shears. I'll just do a little bit of a nudging. Don't ever do this without having glasses, because it could pop up and hit me. And I'm just doing very, very little. See if that made any difference at all. Probably not. All right, I'm going to say these are improved 100%. They're not perfect, and they're going back like they are. Let's go on to number 3. Purple was a success. Gold was better. Let's go with this one. Oh, this has got a couple of different angles on it. So, basic sharpening. And Kenchi, I think, has a lifetime warranty. So, I mean, possible you could send them back to Kenchi and if for sharpening, and if they can't fix it, they'll replace it, which is what we do. So you could try that. This says Guide Cobalt Japan 25T. I had to look up the price on these shears. Now these are, looks like they're convex. But now we can decide not to do them convex. We don't have to go with what's on here. Typically, dog groomers, yeah, we've got some alignment issue here. Typically, dog groomers are not wanting their shears, or don't need to be, they don't need their shears as sharp as like a hairstylist. They're not slide cutting, but you know, if they're finishing shears, sometimes they do want them really sharp. There's a lot of debate on there when I go to these conventions where people sharpen primarily dog grooming shears. You'll hear some of them talk about wanting their shears sharper, thinner angles, and then others you'll hear them talking about how blunt they should be. Got something gritty on my stone. Let's flip it over. Oh, man, that looks worse, doesn't it? Actually, doesn't feel worse, though. Well, I've got one of the teenagers here today. I might have to get him to flatten my stone. All right, well, this may be my last one today. So let's do a scratch test. We're set at 30. Yeah, 30 is too blunt. Let's bring it up to 35. I think 35 is going to be fine for a grooming scissor. Now, do I want to convex it? I could. Let's see, I have a 400 here. What's this one? That's 1200. I don't want 1200. It's a worn 1500. Pull this one off and put a 400 on here. This has been used a couple of times. I think it's set at a higher angle than that, but let's leave it at the 35. I think that's going to be good, and I might do a little bit of rocking here. So, might start out first with a bevel. No, I don't have a burr yet, and I'm at 35, so. Whoa, I'm not getting a burr at 35. Maybe he never got to the edge and just thought he did. I feel it getting warm in my hand too. A little water will keep it cool. Little burr out here, starting to get a burr. It's a little wimpy. I'm going to do a little bit of a rock. So it looks somewhat convexy. No, don't have a burr there in that middle. And I'm going at a pretty good clip. I'm going about 50% of my speed. I could go faster. But I don't like to go too fast. Okay, I definitely have a good burr all the way down. That tip looks a little suspect. And I'm going to go to maybe a worn, this is a worn 1500. This is just to blend it in. Hey Kyle, getting trash out of here? You go for it. Have I showed you how to flatten my stones?
I don't think so.
Okay, I might do that after I finish this video because this one definitely looks pretty yucky. Your sister's good at it, though.
Okay.
Maybe I won't take that job from her. She likes doing it, she says. I don't like the way that tip looks. It's more cosmetic than actual the way it's going to cut. But 35. I'm going to go ahead and finish this blade all the way through before I do anything to the teeth side. Okay. And instead of going back to this like I did those other ones, I'm going to go to my polishing pad and I'm going to turn this up a little bit. I'm going to say that's good. There's other things I can do if this doesn't fix it, but this is my first step to it. Back to my flat plate 400 grit. I tell you, these grooming thinning shears, texturizing scissors, all of these, those and the curve shears are some of the hardest sharpening you'll ever do. And that's why they have these shear of the month clubs and things, because a lot of times they know that they just don't make it through sharpening, no matter how good the sharpener is. So I'm going to move this down to 20 and do a scratch test. I don't know, 15. I think it's 15. Last time I guessed 10 and I was wrong, didn't I? But let's see if 15 is about right. Maybe 20. Let's go back up to 20. And what I'm doing, the scratch test, is I see if my red Sharpie, my red marker is removed off the edge and see if it looks like it's the right angle. There's nothing oh, that's perfect. That's right on the money. So there's nothing I've seen that you can measure it and figure out what the original angle is. Sure, there's probably some device out there, but I haven't seen it, and I don't know if it would be portable and if it would be easy to use. It's not pulling up a burr. It's not like those other teeth. I think I want to pull up a burr. I'm not feeling the burr, but I think I'm at the edge. Looks like I'm at the edge. No, I'm not feeling a burr. It's 400. I have, this is in micron. This is a little coarser. Let me move it to a flat plate because it's on a cushion. And some people, there was a guy that was here earlier last week that had a different machine. And his was PSA, which stands for pressure sensitive adhesive. And that's what I started out with on machines, where you pulled it off and it was stuck down. But I like the Velcro better. The downside is the Velcro does have a little bit of give. So it does round over your edge a little bit. But the upside, it's just easier to change your pads. It's faster. And the PSA would leave some glue behind, and so it was bouncy. I'm feeling a burr starting here, so I'm going to go again. Ooh, got a burr. Well, I got a burr here, I got a burr there. I don't have it in the middle. And I wish you were here. You would smell. There's a smell coming off of this as this heats a little bit. So when I smell that, I spray it. It actually smells doggy. I guess there's a little molecules of dogginess in there. And I have a good nose. So I want to knock that inside burr off. That's gone. And I'm going to go back to one of these finer grits. That's a 400. And just like I did on those other beveled edges, I'm going to go really slow and just knock any burr I might have pushed to the outside off. Okay, this is shear number 3. Let's see what happens. I'm feeling to see if I have any outside burrs left, which I don't. And I'm getting this red marker off of here. Put it back together. These were pretty straightforward shears, and I like the screw system on this. This is not anything complicated, and it holds its position. Okay, feeling that adjustment. Doing my first cut on some perm paper. I think I need some more perm paper. I don't need a perm, but I can use some perm paper. Uh-oh. It's catching. Cuts that nice. Let's see how it cuts the fur. We may have a winner here. Okay, drum roll. Did I say that cuts? Yes. That's catching right there a little bit. So I'm going to maybe take my paddle, ramp it down a little bit. That fixed it, because they're not really going to be cutting back in here, and that fixed that catching. Hope you enjoyed the video. I got 2 working. One, I'm not sure how to get it perfect, but it is better. And they're going back to the owner. And I hope this video is helpful to him. You may want to also watch this other video I suggest next, and this might give you some more suggestions on working with thinning shears and texturizers.